We're back on Transformative Tarot. We're going to do a check-in. We're about halfway through the wave spell of the yellow human. And my goodness, especially when it's your signature, I guess. Let's see if we get a better view. How about that? That looks nice right there. So the yellow human has a lot to do with our influence, the influence of things, the influence we have on others, the influence other things have on us, the way the world influences us, the way nature influences us. Today is one of the days where that laid-back attitude and that mudra. Let me get the cards, for Christ's sake. Still got them in my freaking pocket. But today is the white mirror day. And today is a great day for reflecting on the journey in a very wholesome way. And something came to me today because we had a new roommate come through. And it's like how you treat others' new beginnings is how yours will be reflected back to you. What I mean by that is I remember how my new beginning was in both places and how people try to take advantage of that shit, right? So at the same time, I made sure to give him the firm boundaries and everything, but give him the lay of the land. To make sure that he had everything he needed for his new beginning. So it's a reflection, you know what I'm saying? It's like treat others the way you would want to be treated. And the wisdom in that, because it's funny, because dude was like almost a mirror reflection. I put my spring mix in the refrigerator and I put my avocados in the room so they could, get a little hard. Get a little soft, right? What's going on, everybody? But I look in the refrigerator, he's got the same shit in there. I said, oh shit, this is a mirror day. You know what I'm talking about? What's going on, Michelle? Green Goddess. And this reflection is not so much about the past. You know what I'm saying? We've been there, done that. We don't need to keep beating that drum, right? It's more about seeing what it is around you right now that is a reflection. Even this water. That's why I love coming out here, because of the dragonflies. The dragonflies, that reflection of the wings, the reflection of as above, so below kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? This is a day of clarity, of really getting to the truth of things. And this is during a yellow human wave spell. So we're talking about your free will to choose how fated events happen. You know what I mean? We got to get that straight. How things that are supposed to happen plan out. But it's also about the wisdom. You know what I mean? Been there, done that kind of energy. And I'm going to give y'all the mudra for this wave spell, which is very simple, actually. You've done it a million times, and I've showed it to you, but I want to re-emphasize it because this mudra activates your medulla oblongata, especially for y'all Reiki masters out there. And then we're going to get some cards, and then we're going to pull some cards for people if you want some cards, and then you're going to, and we can just chop it up. I want to get to the meat and vegetables, you know what I'm saying? Have y'all running off with crumbs and shit like that ain't gonna really do it, because this is here we go. The mudra of the day is the way his hands are behind his head. Both those hands are touching the medulla oblongata. And this is a good time when you're waking up from a dream to recall your dreams. We never knew it was that until we knew it was that. You know what I'm saying? You never know until you know. It's kind of the thing. And that's the whole point of this wave spell. You never knew until you knew. The wisdom comes from the experience. Been there, done that. But how you treat it is how it's going to treat you right about now. You know what I'm saying? Are you still holding on to shit you don't need to be holding on to? You know what I mean? Are you still, you know what I'm saying? Is it still a replay of stuff you don't need to really be seeing or don't want to see? You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean you got the gist of it all, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? It's there. Let's see if we can put these down without them blowing in the water. Yeah, we're going to do that right there. So let me get a couple cards. If y'all want to get in the queue for cards, you're more than welcome. I'm not going to be on here too long because I want to soak up this yellow sun. The color yellow is highlighted very much as well, as usual. And in this year, the blue storm, see, you got to stack the layers on top of shit and really get the meat of it. But you got to really sit with this shit. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be about that shit if you're really going to get what you need out of it. And this is like getting an extra gray hair at this time. You know what I mean? This is harvest season as well with the Libra. And then we're moving into Scorpio season, which is the 8 in the 8 years. So I have a feeling this the ancestors might be knocking on your door for goddamn candy. You feel me? For real. That's what it's all about when you see that anyway. The trick-or-treating of Halloween. That's the ancestors visiting your door in the guise of little children. You know what I mean? But I think we're going to start seeing Cthulhu's and all kinds of shit show up. You know what I mean? Not that shit off of Temu. And some homemade shit. You know what I mean? The best costume you can make is the one you can make for yourself. All right. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat. If they're just general, you want to add to the conversation, or you can put them in the box. And of course, the donations at the bottom. Don't have to, but what goes around comes around. In 8 years, very powerful. The world, look, wrapping shit up. So let me get the etiquette right. First of all, let me get the etiquette right. Let's cleanse the energy, folks. I was just so amped. Take a breath. It's Sunday, and this is part of what gets us into that energy of really honing in. Is just to relax, take a break, take a couple of deep breaths, get the tension out your shoulders, forget that you're human for a moment, and just space out. You know what I'm saying? Alright, there's a lot of motherfuckers out here. We don't want none of that extra shit, right? The question is, can you look at yourself in the mirror now? And when you do, what do you see? This is the end of a cycle for a lot of us. This is the change. This is when we don't recognize or we don't do the same things we used to do. We're a different person. We're a different place. We're a different time. Space and time, I should say. This is when all the pieces come together during this wave spell of wisdom and influence. What has influenced us to become who we are and where we're at? And what influence do we carry in the collective, upon the people that we meet? You know what I'm saying? Is it a positive influence? Is it a negative influence? When you look in the mirror, what do you say to yourself, kind of thing? Are we wrapping up all the pieces? You feel me? Putting it all back together, because things that we think aren't related to us, or things that we think aren't, ours to take a look at, it's all relative. Is pretty much the message. It's all relative to the smallest detail. You feel what I'm saying? And this is how you get that temperance and you bring shit back into balance. Especially dealing with relationships. That eclipse shit ain't too far off, and we're going to be feeling that for the next 6 months. So don't think that it's over. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be new ones coming in, and relationships take time to form. That's part of the wisdom of the last journey. Did you jump into things too quick? Did you do this too fast? Did you do this too slow? Did you not act? What could you have done differently? What are you doing differently now? You know what I'm saying? How am I doing things different so I can get better results for myself? And then paprika, perfect. This is about your creative expression. This is what happens when you let go. You get in your flow, your creative flow. It doesn't mean necessarily painting. It could be drawing. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? It could be baking a damn cake for all. You know what I'm saying? For all that. But let's just say, how about creative solutions for your life? You know what I mean? What can I do to do this? What can I do to make this better? You know what I mean? What can I add on to make extra money if we're talking of physical means? What can I do to make my relationships better? Creative solutions. Well, let's spice it up a bit. This is when relationships get stale. You've been in a marriage for 40 years, and you're kind of used to the same whole humdrum. It's time to let your hair down with this kind of energy. You know what I mean? What have you learned from your last chapter? How can you creatively express yourself now? And this is all going back again to the heart chakra reading I did about two reels ago, which was off the chain, I might add. But what can I do now, coming from that heart space, because we're only dealing with things that we care about. And first and foremost should be yo monkey ass, first and foremost. What can I do for myself? And then what can I do for others? Creative expression. Letting your hair down, like I said, but this is, her nakedness is more about being transparent. You know what I'm saying? It's about feeling free. It's about feeling comfortable in your own skin. And of course, there you got the heart chakra popping up again with all the colors of the rainbow come and sit at the round table, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? And then to top it off, we have the sun. What's being illuminated right now to you through what you're seeing in your dreams, to the people around you, people's reactions to your influence, what's influenced you, what's being revealed, because it's not, when you get to this state, you've been through some shit. I don't care how big or how small, what degree you think it is, you know what I mean, where others would think it is. It's what it means to you, you know what I mean? If you was ever in a dark place, if you had a rough patch, that's when the sun comes out and illuminates why you had to go through it in the first place. Did you get the wisdom of the lesson? You think God put you through it just to put you through it. You feel what I'm saying? It's not the case. Yellow Human will help you tap into that wisdom, help you gain that wisdom, help you extract it from the journey so you can consolidate your information and make room for new shit. That's what the Blue Storm is here for. You see how this blender works? All right now. Now, you got to sit with this shit. You feel me? You feel me? You got to sit with this shit. It's nothing you want to rush. You want to take your time, because what you're going to find is there is a beauty on the other side of what was ugly. You understand what I'm saying? This is transmutation at its finest. This is seeing situations and seeing how they were meant to groom you for becoming the antidote for those situations. You know what I'm saying? For becoming the solution to those situations. That's what you're here for, to learn. You know what I mean? These are showing up as challenges in people's charts. But then you have all that other funky stuff. The people, things that compliment you, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, that's almost like second nature. And that is another part of the expansion. So these are the things that should be communicated while we got Jupiter sitting in the lovely sign of the inner child, the yin and the yang, that Gemini energy. All right? You know what I'm saying? The Gemini energy. Because what it's meant to do is awaken the inner shaman, the inner healer, the inner warrior, whatever you want to call this, however this applies to you. Getting back to nature or natural time. Artificial time is what causes the confusion, the anger, and the destruction that we're experiencing in this world. Natural time is what the animals are on. You don't see, you know what I'm saying? You see the laws of nature, but you don't see them animals over there seeing feathers with different colors on, talking some gang shit. You feel what I'm saying? Talking about this is our side of the park. You feel what I'm saying? They don't roll like that. There's a natural balance, of course, when we talk about predator and prey. But that's a whole nother conversation when you get into the archons and adultery, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You feel what I'm saying? But for the most part, everything in nature is still on natural time. There is no clock to when a leaf or a flower blooms. It just does when it's supposed to in its natural time. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is fully developed by the time they reach 18. Some people a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? It's a natural timing of things. You can't put a time stamp on it. Time is not money. Time is art. And that is another reminder of this card right here. Your art or your heart is what time really is a measure of. The quality of time that you put in. I was thinking about this, looking at these paintings the other day that I did, and I was like, God damn, I put a lot into that. It's the quality of time. It's the intention behind it. It's not about the result. It's about the journey, the process. And that is another key element of the yellow human. And that's why it's so important at this time, especially when bringing the pieces together, because you had to go through a process. You know what I'm saying? You had to burn some shit. You had to get in the laboratory. You had to blow your eyebrows off. You know what I mean? See a few things to see what the process really is to have a certain outcome. You know what I mean? Real alchemy shit. Capiche? We good? We got questions? Anybody want cards? Y'all kind of quiet over there. Wherever y'all is. But at the same time, you got to remember you are the masterpiece at the end of the day. So what kind of time are you investing in yourself, your self-care? You know what I mean? That's why I come to the damn park, and I got to be in nature. This is quality time. This is time well spent. I'm not going to spend it around people in places that do not benefit me, and vice versa, because we're talking about being reciprocal at the end of the day. The 8 years going to teach that monkey ass. I'm telling you, it ain't done with us yet. It ain't done with us yet. And then we're in the 8th month of Scorpio. We're going back into the underworld. You know what I'm saying? Persephone kept coming up. Persephone. You know how she went in the underworld with Hades during the harvest time. That's when everything died, and she comes back in the spring. If you know your mythology, you know what I mean. There's a lot of. Go back and just review some of the flyest shit that you ever came across. You know what I mean? Today for me was The Art of War. I went back on Sun Tzu's book, The Art of War. I was like, damn, that makes more sense now. You know, that kind of shit. This is the kind of reflection or review that the White Mirror is offering today, and moving forward as a part of the process of the yellow human wave spell. Negroes. You know what I mean? You gotta take the time. You can't just go off running half cock with this shit. That's what the yellow human is saying. You know, you really gotta marinate and soak this shit in. You gotta be about that life. You know what I mean? I don't got to be in the dojo to be a martial artist. It's a part of my life. The principles that I learned, even the way that I stretch and exercise every day, is a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? You got to really, because then you're going to get the essence of it all. I had a beautiful conversation on, I had a couple beautiful conversations. I went with the sister. We were sitting down at the coffee house, and you could just tell about the process by what she was saying and the wisdom that came out of it. You know what I'm saying? And it was one of them darkest before the dawn kind of shit. I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? You must be super gangster for all that shit that you went through. You know what I mean? But it was meant to bring her to a certain point, because we started reading cards and whatnot. And it was like, God damn, you know what I mean? Wow, this is what's going on with you kind of shit. You know what I mean? And it just came full circle to why she had to go through all that. So the energy is supported for that. It's not something that you even have to go out and kind of search for. It'll probably just show up if you're just relaxed in inner energy and in receiving mode. I told y'all about this receiving. You know what I mean? A lot of us had that problem growing up. Learning how to receive love, learning how to receive in the first place, being givers, being taught to be, we got to do this and that. You know what I mean? We have to give it all for the team. We have to, take on, all that other bullshit. Yeah, right. Start with yourself. You feel me? Start with yourself. So here we go with all the beauty that's going to come out of the time that you spend, quality time. The answers that you need are always within. We hear it, but I don't think we really dive into ourselves enough, because we don't give ourselves the time and the space. Just close your damn eyes and put the intention out there. The Jupiter energy in Gemini will aid that very much right now for the next year until about next July. So your affirmations are going to be more powerful. Jupiter is about optimism, so we're talking about speaking positive affirmations. Are we following? Are we taking notes right now, making sure that shit is somewhere we can see it every day to remind us when these fuck ass niggas come back from your past trying to pull you back into the damn depths? Because it's out here, you know what I'm saying? It's out here. So you really got to honor the light and the dark of these signatures and how they will show up. The signature of the darkness of ebb is it's almost a lack mentality. It's a feeling of not being connected to all that is, when it's absolutely the opposite. That's why the tree is here. It's more symbolic of the tree of life. For people who love symbolism, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot out. That's temperance, being balanced enough to receive the message. You feel me? The other attribute of the yellow human on the darker side is anger. There's usually an anger which is either carried over from a past lifetime or some kind of traumatic event that happens in a lifetime to people who carry the signature. It's a festering, it's a boiling anger. Now, what yellow human people learn to do is how to transmute that anger, and usually a little bit later in life, they get shit done. You feel what I'm saying? But they also realize the temperance, the balance of having this time so that you get the proper message to get the proper shit done? What's most important? You know what I'm saying? What needs to be cleared out? So you start to use what used to hinder you as your rocket fuel, as your ammunition, and you just go off running. I'm telling you right now, you go off running, and anything getting your way, God forbid. You feel me? God forbid. So that's the smoke with the yellow human in a blue storm mirror on a white mirror day kind of channel. And it has to be in the moment, because if this shows up a week from now, this same kind of combination, it will not have the same meaning, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? You got to really be in the moment with this shit. You have to be in the moment with everything that's going on, because things are changing so rapidly, it looks like it's not changing, if that makes sense. That's the tire on the wheel spinning when it starts to slow down, when it comes to a stoplight kind of energy. You feel me? So, welcome everybody that came in. I got a glare on this screen like a motherfucker. All I see is little circles and all these white letters. Hold on, let me see. Oh, Queenie, what's going on? Green Goddess, what's going on? Fred the Creator, what's up? Shout out to everybody in the room. Michelle, anybody that I missed, who's still here. Let me see who in the room. And the Healing Pools, what's going on? I don't want to miss nobody who here. Fuck that. Cause it's in the moment. So yeah, absolutely. This is good for dream recall, but make sure your hands are clasped. You know what I'm saying? For people who have them healing hands, Reiki hands, I just say, you know, play with everything that you got in this state. Your breath work, you know what I'm saying? It's different. Just work with different things to help you recall your dreams at this point. And you want to do this as soon as you get up. If you don't have your pencil and pen ready, get you a pencil and pen, or use your voice recorder on your phone type shit, so you can get it. You want to stay in the moment as much as possible with them dreams. I'm telling you, you know what I mean? Because you'll get the little tidbits. But it's all about getting into this relaxed energy and getting yourself grounded. And, you know, even setting up the environment of it all. This is the wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Making sure that maybe you got some crystals under the bed. You got some water around you. You took a lot of water in before you went to bed. You ain't go to bed dehydrated on some cottonmouth shit, you feel me? So that you can really surf the realms and stay there and then retain the dream. So this is what I'm talking about the wisdom of the journey. What have you learned about yourself and how you operate in this kind of energy? You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is okay. The wisdom of that is acceptance. I'm a yellow human, so I know all about the anger shit. I've been wanting to break shit and fuck shit up since I was 2 years old. You know what I mean? And a lot of it has to do with past lives and injustices and all that other fine shit. You know, whatever. The way the world is enough to make you want to fuck some shit up. The thing is, you want to put that into everything that you do. And I don't want to say the anger aspect, because we're dealing with the heart chakra. You put it into the things that you love. Combat is great. Martial arts was absolutely spectacular for working that energy out. It made me one of the best students in every class I was in. You understand? Because it drove me to want to do something with myself. You understand? And work this shit out the best way I could without getting myself in trouble. So you got to find ways to really put this to use. That anger, you know, is the tip of the spear. Who said that shit? Anger gets shit done. What movie was that from? American Gods, when homeboy was talking to the slaves in the boat. If y'all remember that. You remember that scene? What was his name? Not Nancy. But Orlando Jones played the brother. You know what I'm saying? And he said anger gets shit done. And he's right. It'll get shit done. It'll motivate you to do stuff. What you don't want to do is sit there and fester in the anger. You understand what I'm saying? There's a difference. You got to put it to use, and in a constructive way. I don't care if it's just picking up a brush and splashing some damn colors around. We're talking about this energy right here, the expression. And paprika is some fire anyway, so it is about blowing off some steam. Hell, get you a tantric book with your partner and blow off some goddamn steam. You feel what I'm saying? You want to transmute some goddamn anger. You know what I mean? Do some role playing and shit like that. Like, you got to learn to express it in a healthy way. That's what I'm saying. To put it to your use for your benefit. You know what I mean? You don't want it to sit in different organs and parts of the body and start to manifest as disease, because that's what it'll do at the end of the day. Yeah, but you really want to dive into that shit. Yeah, American Gods, Queenie, absolutely. That was the joint. So when some shit pisses you off, you should almost thank that thing. You know what I mean? It's just like my dickhead ass roommate. Like, he makes me not want to be in the house. So I go out and I do different things, and I'm meeting other people now. You know what I mean? I'm coming up on places that I haven't been before because I don't want to be around that shit. You know what I mean? But instead of just sitting there in anger with his dumb ass, I'm going to transmute the energy. I'm going to go somewhere and I'm going to paint. I'm going to draw. I'm going to talk to somebody. So, I'm not going to let it pull me down, basically. It's not the operator. It's not the operating system. The love that I have for what I do and who I am is the operating system. You know what I mean? And it's perfectly fine to be mad. We got to accept that part of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Hate is just as relevant as the love. Shit, you know what I mean? That hate is just as relevant. I hate the way they treat people who are of different color or gender. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is real. That shit is relevant. You just got to make sure you're putting it to something that's going to be beneficial to you and other people as well. You feel me? Let me get a closing one. Anybody want a card to take with them on the day? Maybe point them in the direction, give them a breadcrumb confirmation. We could do that. I'm only going to do one card with all that. Because y'all smart people. Y'all tapped in people. But that does not mean that we do not need each other or a little help along the way. Remember that shit. You're not too good. You're not too far ahead where you can't be a student and take a little advice. Take a little bit of that wisdom in. You know what I'm saying? Like when Bridget's waist belt came up in the Red Skywalker, I was at her feet. You know what I'm saying? We had a nice long conversation. So you want to honor people and their waist belts and their energies as well. You got to really get in. That's why it's so important to know the people around you, because you can really tap into some energy that give you some juice you ain't never heard. This is my waist belt. Queenie, this is your grandchild's waist belt. So even that gaga goo goo shit got some fire behind it right now. You feel me? Or wherever he's at on his journey, you know what I'm saying? It got some fire behind it. It's got something in it. The closing message, how about that for y'all ass? This is about receiving. This is about having all that you need. This is about mastering the 4 elements or aspects that we talked about earlier. Being a unicorn again. Remembering the magical side. And finding those reflections, being around those that are reflected. I don't care if it's a TV show that pops up. It'll be on your scrolling on the damn TV, on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You'll see something to catch your eye as a reflection. Just check it out, especially if it's something new right now, because you want to see something different about yourself that you haven't seen before. My nigga. We've already done the other shit. Been there, done that. Got the shot glass. But what else can we bring to the table? What else can we draw out of ourselves and build upon as an experience that we weren't privy to before? Maybe because of time, maybe because of access. But the tower is here to shake shit up. This is a good shake. This is the kind of tower where you're shaking that stuff up that settles in the bottom of a good kombucha. You understand what I'm saying? This is the kind of tower that makes you want to do something. Kind of get you out of the atrophy or the same old kind of tower. This is the tower that one of your friends or one of your new friends comes to the door and say, yo, there's a festival today, and you meet somebody new. This is the kind of tower it is right now. You know what I mean? Take it as you will. Take it as you will. These goddamn ants, something just bite me on my goddamn... You gotta be kidding me. That's why I'll never be on this grass again. Let me find you and find out. I would off your whole colony, buddy. Alright, anyway. Don't mind me. Me and nature, we always connecting on the most intimate of levels. These niggas biting me and shit. They must have some antidote for me. Bite me again, nigga. I'm gonna exterminate this whole side of the damn leg. But that's the way we talk to our loved ones anyway. We be good. We be cool in a second. We'd be cool. Yeah, towers are beautiful. Without towers, you wouldn't learn a damn thing. Everything would still be the same. You'd still be in diapers. Shitting all over the place. Running down your leg. You know what I'm saying? But we got to be real about that tower. All the cards are beautiful. All the cards are aspects of ourselves. And if we're all beautiful, we got to take ownership of both the light and the dark of all that is. You know what I mean? To all my feminines of the infinite potential, you know what I'm saying? All that is comes out of you. And to all my brothers, the intention of what goes in to bring all that out, of all that is. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody safe, ain't nobody exempt from that kind of accountability. Something to keep in mind. So yeah, combat sports healing pool, absolutely. Go in there and realize that all you're really fighting is yourself. I used to love sparring, I still do. It's my favorite time of the whole class. Put the gear on and just whoop ass. But it wasn't about beating the other person, it was about beating myself. Making sure I'm not making the mistakes, making sure I'm reading my opponent correctly, making sure that my control is there. I don't want to kick his head off because I want to see him next week. You feel me? I don't want nobody scared to spar me next time. I want to be able to learn from them as they're able to learn from me. So it has a lot of intricacies and special surprises that you will find that you were not aware of, but you have to walk it, you have to go through the process to really get, you know what I'm talking about? To really get it. Yeah, get your hands dirty, get your hands on, put them hands up, but don't put no hands on nobody. I was ready to do it the other day. I know how that feeling is. If I put hands on somebody, it's not gonna be pretty for nobody's ass. I'm fucking training this shit. I pop shit out of joint. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna be a good look for nobody. I got better shit to do. Just sit out there and fill out police reports and be in cuffs. Cause they're gonna have to come get my black ass. You feel me? It's gonna be a whole thing on the news. You know what I mean? A Negro with a helmet in NOLA sighted on a bike, riding from police after whooping somebody's ass. You feel me? But that's because I know myself and I know what I can do. So I have to be really responsible. Make sure whatever you do, you're doing it in the act of self-love. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure it's coming from here. And this is what it's all about. That you're the highest expression of who you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Of what you stand for. What's in your heart right about now. But hands-on shit. You know what I mean? All hands on deck. You get that inkling, you get that nudge, move on it. Anybody need a card? I think that's pretty good for the message of the day. I think that's pretty good for the message of the day. If anybody else would like to add on, you know, even some of the experience so far, because we're about halfway through. We're about halfway through this wave spell. So there's still a lot more to be gained through this process. So we're talking about increasing your confidence. There's always levels to this shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, absolutely. You know, because that was a good thing for my as well. You know what I mean? Being in city environments, hostile environments. Nice to know you could twist somebody's arm off. But at the same time, our martial arts is more about not allowing ourselves to be in that situation in the first place. That was the whole key, because it was the last resort. You know what I mean? That's back against the wall shit where fingers and legs start popping out of joint. You know what I'm saying? But the wisdom is, if you're in your integrity and you're using your senses, your common sense and your intuition, you rarely find yourself in a position to be doing all that anyway. Yeah, it's all about reflections. You know what I mean? And the vibrations and the tones. And I love them dragonflies because that's what they stand for, that reflection. There's one hovering over my head, and they love my helmet ever since I polished that thing up. These things be riding with me. I be thinking I'm gonna hit them. They dip all the way. Hey, buddy. Yeah, they still going strong out here. But we're getting a little chilly weather now, so. Oop, they're just right in front of the camera. Y'all see him? He must have. Brittany's in the house. He must have heard me talking about him. I wish I had a big stick. I'd do some dragonfly fishing right now. I don't feel like moving nowhere. I'm gonna stay right here. I should have brought my boots so I can get in the water, but I am going to get my fishing license either this week or next week. I will be out here next time fishing, and then we could really get into some shit. But because that's going to be another way I release my, you know what I'm saying, another release mechanism for me. Plus it taps into my ancestry a little bit more. Yeah, there's a dragonfly right there. These niggas know we talking. You see him? So yeah, finding different ways, creative solutions. Martial arts, absolutely, I would always recommend that. But I would say you make sure you vet the teachers out. Make sure you vet the instructors out, because not everybody's. If you walk into a quiet classroom, that's not the place to be. First thing they teach you is that your voice is your greatest weapon, or at least one of the first things, your key op, your key. Because when you yell, that means that you advocate for yourself, and you might not be the one to fuck with. You know what I mean? If I square up when you be like, yeah, you gonna laugh and fuck me up. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm like, yeah, you know, grunting and snorting and snot, you know, ready for that ruck, you might think twice. So it's more than just the hands and feet thing. You want to make sure that your instructor has that kind of balance with things, and that your total being is being trained. You know what I'm saying? You're exercising your voice, your expression, and that you know what I'm saying? Just like anything else, you just want to make sure you got a good teacher. Vet these motherfuckers out. Watch them spar. See how they do a class first. Do a little. Most of them places got like 3 free days kind of shit with the uniform. You know what I mean? Just try it out, see how you like it. Yeah, that's definitely a. Oh, Queenie, you like a card? I'm sorry. Oh, put these things away. Did anybody else want one? Oh, you're absolutely welcome. Shit, if you was in NOLA, I'd take you on as a student. Whoop your ass. No, you know what I mean? But that's what I said about what I said in the beginning message. Recognizing another person's new beginning, somewhere that you've been, is how your new beginning is going to be treated. I'm telling you right now. All your new beginnings are going to be centered around the wisdom that you put in. Being able to recognize what a person is going through is the same way yours is going to be. The way you treat others is the way you're going to be treated. You know what I mean? And best believe their energy signature, wherever they show up, is meant to be a gift for you if you do. I'm telling you right now. This shit go deep, buddy. How deep you want to go, buddy? How deep you want to go, buddy? You want to stay in the shallow end? You want to get your feet money? Bars. I got you, Queenie. I'm just fucking around, having some fun. And even with the cards in the reach, you want people who have that kind of energy to put your cards out. You know what I'm saying? Don't have nobody grumbling. Just had the word day of their life. Fucking pull the cards for you. Oh, look at that. They had you out here jacked up. Queenie. There you go, Queenie. Since you're the only one I see, I'm gonna give you 2. Ooh, be who you wanna be. Do what you wanna do. Oops. Now, Queenie, this card for me is really about no limitations. This is really about, oh shit, the biggest spider in your life just crawled out of my ass. Where'd you go? I said we're gonna have to go to war with everybody's ass. I know you didn't go in my shorts, thinking you gonna hide up in here. Got boxes on too. These niggas running across my testicles. Anyway. Oh shit, he came back. Oh shit, he really did. Nigga. You better get in that grass. But cinnamon. I got some feng shui for you there. as well, Queenie. However you send me, you know that's an activator anyway. I know you know all about this. The Joker card is coming from the Destiny card deck. Now, this is Fool energy for me as well. Same as the Fool with the dog and the person playing the guitar with no thumbs and the broken strings, like the impossible. You know what I'm saying? And remember that the king, that the Joker is the only one who can clown the king and the queen and get away with it. This is the comedian, so this has a lot to do with laughter as well. The co-mediums, I call them. Not just comedians, co-mediums. The ability to transmute the experience into something lighthearted, like Richard Pryor, you know what I'm saying? Which is really what I should have gave this card. It was like the Richard Pryor card kind of thing. That's ultimate alchemy. Yes, co-mediums, you heard it first. But I have a feeling it will not be the last. I ain't worried about it. By the time they run off with that shit and I get credit, I got 5 more things going. You ain't even worried about that shit. But this is some sort of abundance here. Very vibrant card. I'm gonna have to tap back into this card. But you know, they also say laughter is the best medicine. You feel me? And this is like, I think she was the first fairy I did too. Before I even knew this was gonna be a collection. Very sensual too, I might add. This is like a it just feels like something coming into how I want to say it. Oh, look at these two. Look at these two down there mating. Oh, they flew off. Oh, shit. My bad, y'all. Coming of age kind of thing, but like with something that you got going on, something coming into fruition, I guess. Maturity. She's always giving me the vibe of a fairy that's just crossed over into like womanhood kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like this is how she gonna be for the rest of the ride. Like she done developed, fully developed kind of thing. It's an abundant energy. You know what I'm saying? It's prosperous. It's got a lot of potential. And with this right here, the Joker card, just for a little backstory, Joker is only, this card only shows up one day of the year, which is December 31st. December 31st is the only day. And the people born under this day, not to say that they don't have personality or identity of their own, but they're the chameleons of the whole deck. They can take on the attributes and they can shape shift like a motherfucker. Let's put it like that. They can take on the attributes and qualities of all other 52 cards in the deck, where we got to rock with what we got. You know what I'm saying? They can pretty much shape shift. So I think that's more of a better message in there for you, or just a piece for you. You know what I'm saying? They said do that. Okay, nobody else in there. And look at that, Sophia. Use your wisdom. Well, I got a breeze out now. I am not getting in this water chasing these cars. We would just be one short, or just have one soggy ass one in the shuffle. But check it out. This is a card of wisdom again, of course. But she's the protector of those new beginnings. This is like copyrights. This is like covering your backside kind of thing. All those winged, sharp, pointy insects, like wasps and bees. All those pointy edges. Wish a motherfucker would. Still that very nurturing energy, but wish a motherfucker would. You know what I mean? Even though the dragonfly right there with the eyes. And what the hell is this crawling across the damn... Trying to climb up the camera. Alright? So if you want to screenshot them all, spread them out one more time for you while the wind is down. Now, actually, I'm going to hold these bad boys. But you got the deck. You know you can pull them out and just meditate on them on your own. And that's what you got right there. And a day of reflection, Queenie, I'm drawn to it like this. This is just another perspective for you. This is a reflection of life for you. Where you started, from where you started to where you're at. When you first matured, when you first came out, to when you really, you know what I'm saying, took that energy on. I feel like this is the same person. You understand what I'm saying when I say that? And this is all the new beginnings and all the shit you went through and everything. On this day of reflection, it's like two aspects of self. You're welcome. You're welcome. Everybody else good? So I'm about to get off this concrete. These motherfuckers is assaulting my ass. I guess I got to do this singing bowl one more time. We'll do that to close it out while the people in the duck boat go by. So take a moment, just take a breath, reset yourself, get back into who you really are, if you're not already there. Listening to your body, if there's any tension around there, paying attention to that, so you can take care of it afterwards. Gratitude for the journey thus far. Knowing that you can transmute anything, even shit is fertilizer. Knowing that there's more to discover about yourself and the world. Expanded experiences. A little luck never hurt. And a close-knit circle of like-minded kindred spirits around you, physical and non-physical. It's all part of it. It's all part of it, Queen. You know how it go. I ain't got the fountain on today, which I found interesting. You don't have the fountain on today. Yeah, usually it's squirting out right there. That little patch over there. Because if that thing was on, they would have got tore up over there. That should have been funny. That should have been funny. But we'll take a nice expanded view for you before you roll on out. Appreciate y'all for showing up. Appreciate y'all just for being. And remember about the reflections. Everything and everyone around you and what you see in the mirror. Well, got a nice breeze. Got that nice little ripple effect going on. That shit feels good too. It's a really nice day. Uh-oh, I think they swan broke. They stuck. These Negroes going backwards. How you pull that off? See, I'm not gonna be out here with folks ain't got no license with their swans. And then there's the duckies over there. Squad. I need to go over there and get some feathers my damn self. Squad. And then the bikers and the tourists and all the money. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's just chill here. Everybody's chilling. And it's interesting. Yesterday, or this whole weekend, is Gentilly Festival, which is a celebration. I mean, folks was getting it in last night. I'm talking about house parties that have put regular parties to shame, right on the block kind of shit. But it was at night, so that's when the reflection was coming in. But it's a celebration of the first people, first black people who settled out here, who had really nice shit, were in Gentilly. So it was a it's a tradition out here now, but what we really need to do is get back to the essence of what that tradition stands for. You know what I mean? That reflection, to really get the so it carries on in a proper way. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just gonna have hoodlums and hood rats out there twerking and smoking weed. Like, it's gonna have more meaning for it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is today. What's going on, Mike? That's what it is. Whew. Well, I guess I'll go over there by the Singing Oak. Do some Tai Chi or something. Put my helmet on and go terrorize the park. You know that shit is on deck. So y'all take care of yourselves. Be who you be unapologetically, please. And be safe and have fun out here. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy the ride now. That's fucked up. They got little Jimmy doing all the pedaling. You see that? Little Jimmy doing all the pedaling. That's the only reason they brought the Bread Kids out. He killing it too. Oh yeah, everything's about to be this eight energy. Even though it's not the 8th month, but this the oct, that 8, that octave. This October gonna be something special. And riding into that Scorpio season, all this transformation. Talk about the underworld. And for those who aren't aware, New Orleans is a Scorpio city. You talk about sex, death, and rebirth, my nigga. Oh yeah, it's about that life. NOLA is definitely about that life. But thanks for that add-on right there. We got Mercury and Scorpio connecting with your deepest desires. It's funny, I was just riding down Desire the other day. Yeah, they got a street out here called Desire. They got a street out here called Pleasure, Music, Arts, Duels. They got all kinds of names out here to be like blowing my mind. Yeah, the 888. So it's gonna be a lot of that justice from Libra season really rolling in. Good karma for a lot of folks, and not so good karma for a lot of folks. You'll know when somebody's ancestors are sitting on the side of your bed sharper than a knife. You know what I'm saying? These gangsters do not play. Let me see if anybody's over there. Singing Oak is that one right over there. That's the one with the wind chimes. That whole tree, you can almost see them from here. They're so big, but they got like 7 sets of wind chimes hanging off of that thing. With the storms we had, I don't know how that shit is still hanging up there. But we about to go find out. All right, good peoples. This is your boy Phoenix saying have a great day. Do we have turtles out there? We do, but this mossy shit starts developing around this time, and you can't really see underneath. You gotta really throw some bread out here, but you only see like the part of the shells and the heads and all that. People were probably looking at it. Let me see. Them people over there at the ice. Oh no, they all doing the ice cream thing. But the one dude in the black shirt standing on the side right there, he's probably looking at them. That's where they are. That's where all the turtles be at, under that bridge. All right. Yeah, the lay of the land. You know what I'm saying? You go ahead and throw a Cheez-It out there. See what happens. Maya says hi. Yeah, I'm about to ride over that way anyway. So, all right, y'all. I'm out of here. Enjoy y'all Sunday. Have a great rest of y'all wave spell. And we'll check in a couple more days with the new one. And then, you know, make a list of what you learned. You know what I mean? Come back and we can share some things and give each other some juice. You know what I'm saying? On the other side of this. Because community is unity. And all that other shit, right? Alright, y'all. Wholeness and love.